Welcome to Women's Sports Weekly, where women's sports happen every day, but we talk about it once a week. I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Danielle. Women's Sports Weekly is a podcast where we discuss the latest news, explore interesting stories, and share our love for women's sports. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Women's Sports Weekly Pod. Follow us and rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Send us an email at womensportsweeklypod@gmail.com, and we may feature your email on or in the Les, our listener experience zone.
And that's where we are. We're in the Les.
Yes, but the Les is also, if you send us an email or send us a DM about a topic you want us to cover, we can cover it in that segment.
Yes, so we're really confusing the people, but we've named our basement the Les, and that is where we are right now.
First time recording down here. Scout is happily sitting in between us instead of on the floor at our feet when we record. So I think she's really happy with the upgrade.
I'm so happy to be down here. Obviously, we need some decor, but we're on the big gray couch. We've got the trim in. We've got our TV to my left. We've got the bike down here. It's really starting to come together.
It is. And April has come to an end. Your birthday month has come to an end. How are you feeling?
I feel great. I celebrate a little bit into May. We had my birthday party on May 1st, which was so fun. And we had some people over at our house, got to give them tours of the basement, which is really what happens when you turn 35. You just have people over to show off the new home improvement.
Yep, it is true.
So we did that. And then on top of that, you were also showing off and you were making pizza for everyone, and you made 10 pizzas.
I did, on the new uni oven that we got.
And you made your own dough. You made all the ingredients. The dough was so good. It passed my test. So when I hold up a piece of pizza, I want it to not be droopy. Just the tip can be a little bit droopy, and that is okay. But otherwise, I want it nice and firm at the bottom.
Literally, I'm just striving to make the best New York style pizza for you.
And you did it. It was so good. We had some friends over for my birthday. You were making pizzas. You made plain cheese pizza. Delicious. You made pepperoni pizza, delicious. And then you made buffalo chicken pizza, which is a personal fave and so New Jersey, and some people had not tried it before, and it was so good.
Yeah. And then for our non-meat eaters, they were like, that buffalo chicken looks really good. Can you make one without the chicken? And I did, except it took me a day later to realize I never put buffalo on it. So it was really just a ranch and blue cheese pizza. And they were like, it's awesome.
Yeah, what's wrong with a ranch and blue cheese pizza?
I mean, I had a slice and it was delicious. But I was like, I think our friend Brittany was like, oh, your dill pizza is so good. I was like, no, it's a buffalo chicken without the chicken. And then a day later, I was like, I never put buffalo on that, did I? So Brittany was probably like, whatever. But it was fun. I've never made 10 pizzas before. I was like, wow, maybe I should open a shop, but I never would because it is a lot of hard work.
It's so much hard work. And when you host people, it's difficult to do, especially if you're cooking at the same time, because there's just a lot to manage. But it was so much fun. I'm so grateful for friends who came out and came to our house. And it was just a really nice way to welcome in 35.
Yeah, it was nice. And we've been wanting to have people over. We want to host more. Part of the reason we redid the Les. And that was like our first big party. So it was fun. And what better way than to celebrate your birthday? I was making funfetti cake and the pizza dough, prepping it before people came. And I was like, I don't know if I'm prepping a party for a 35-year-old or a 5-year-old.
But it's what I wanted. And I just need to give you a ton of props because you do such a good job of making birthdays special. And you made my birthday so special. And made sure that I was just so well taken care of, and it's really, really sweet. Thank you.
Of course. I love you, and happy
I love
birthday
you too.
again.
Yes, but I just really appreciate it for someone to take the time to make 10 dough balls and make sure they had all the ingredients and then pretty much work the entire party making pizza. I don't take that for granted, so thank you.
Thank you. I like to do it, and our friends made an effort to come up to me throughout the night as I was cooking. So, and I was out with everyone, so it's not like I missed much. So it was great. It was a lot of fun.
It was great. And then as a thank you, this past weekend on Sunday, I ran with you.
You did. If you're new to the pod, we haven't talked too much about running lately, but I, Danielle, like to run. Carolyn, not so much. In the past, we did run a marathon together. We always say we wish we were recording the pod back then because the content would have been A++.
It's the only reason why I might run a marathon again, for content for this podcast.
Truly. But you are doing Colfax Relay in a few weeks, and I'm doing the Colfax Half. So in Denver. So we've both been running, and I had a long run over the weekend, and you have also been running more with me to get ready for the relay.
Yes.
And it's been really fun.
I have a long leg of the relay. I have the 6 mile leg, which is one of the longer ones. So I wanted to make sure that I could actually do it because I haven't ran that far since training for a marathon.
Yeah. So I ran my 12. You did the first 6 with me. It was awesome. I just really appreciate the company. So thanks.
Yes. And the entire run, I listened to the entire Lemonade album by Beyonce, which is hitting 10 years this year. This is my
10
PS.
years?
I know. Isn't that crazy?
I did not know that.
If you have not listened to the Lemonade album recently, you need to go back and listen to it all. It is so good. It is such a great album from start to finish. My recommendation is, if you're going on an hour-long run, is to play Don't Hurt Yourself 2 times, Freedom 2 times, and All Night 2 times, and everything else once, and it'll get you to an hour. And it is a really great experience. I was like moving my hands the whole time on the run, and you kept thinking I was trying to talk to you, and I was like, no, I am in the zone with Beyonce. Please.
I know. You kept mumbling words, and then eventually I realized, oh, she's just singing, not trying to talk to me.
It really made my run so much more enjoyable. So I need to keep that in mind. Revisit albums that I love from start to finish and go with it.
I'm going to have to add some of those songs to my half playlist coming up.
Yes. Don't Hurt Yourself. I was like, it's just so good. It's so good. Go back and listen to the Beyonce album.
Love.
All right, let's get into some sports.
Yes, starting with the highlight reel. I wanted to touch on Allyson Felix, who is attempting a comeback for the 2028 LA Olympics. For a little background, she retired back in 2022, and just recently, she's now 40, announced that she is aiming to come back for 2028 LA Games, where she grew up, so that's her hometown. She is a very decorated track athlete. She has 11 Olympic medals, which is the most of any woman and the most of any American man or woman in track and field.
So the most of any woman worldwide, and then the most of any American man or woman in track and field.
Yes, that's correct. So very highly decorated. These medals were earned during the duration of 5 Olympic appearances from 2004 to 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now gunning for 2028.
Yeah. And she has a total of 7 golds, 3 silvers, and 1 bronze. Off the track, she is a big advocate for athlete parents and has changed sponsorship pregnancy policy conversations. So she's also known for doing things in that realm.
Yes, meaning a sponsor can't drop you if you become pregnant, which was the standard at the time. And she was like, no, we're not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, so that's huge. And she has 2 children of her own. She has a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old. She has a history of pregnancy complications, and this really informed her decision to advocate for these things. She also talks about her inspiration and where she draws it from. So think Tom Brady, LeBron James, Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah, we're seeing it more and more as technology increases, and not even so much technology, but people knowing their body and just taking care of their body. I've heard Sue Bird talk about this. The older you get, it just means the more time you have to spend on your recovery, your nutrition, your weight training. You just have to be so meticulous about it. And people are learning that you can't just party and play whatever sport it is. You have to really take care of yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Also, another interesting piece I was thinking of. So she's been retired for 4 years now. It's 2026. She retired in 2022. So many athletes I listen to talk on podcasts who are retired, Sue Bird being one of them. They always talk about even Candace Parker. I've heard Elena Deladon talk about it. When people ask, do you miss it? I was just listening to Sue Bird over the weekend, and she was saying she misses it when she puts on championship games, and that part she misses. But when she thinks about the working out and everything you need to do to get that to that point, she's like, absolutely not. So for Allyson Felix to be retired, know that life, know the NARP life, and be like, no, I'm coming back, I cannot imagine mentally how you do that.
It's going to be very intense.
Very intense.
But the plus side is the Olympics are going to be in her hometown. It's not going to require some crazy preparation or a not knowing of altitude or something like that. She knows where she's headed.
Yeah. That's a good point. But with the training, she plans to start a full training cycle in October. And then her target to return to actual competition is 2027. So the year prior. So about a year of training and then dive into competition. She's not planning to do a full global circuit. So she's going to be selective in what competitions she competes in. And then likely to peak for the US trials / LA in 2028. Like those are her big competitions she's aiming for.
You don't just get to go to the Olympics. You have to do well in the US trials. I think for her, she can get back into form. And for the 4x400 relay, mixed and same gender, you just have to be running well and the team to choose you. If you think about Allyson Felix, as long as she's running well, as long as she's not injured, she can make that team without having to win, right? Sure. And they may do that because she's running really, really well. They may also do that because it's a great story.
Yep.
She can also qualify in other ways for her other runs that she does, but the relay seems like a really great way to get in.
For sure. And whether she gets in the Olympics, whether she medals or not, everything she's doing, I feel like is rewriting the story for moms, for maybe athletes who are a little bit older, for someone who's retired and wants to come back. So I think you can look at it as a win no matter what and an inspiration to different people. And I think it's really awesome. She probably thought about this for a very long time and then announced it. So I think it's awesome she's doing that.
Yeah. And I'll just say, I think she has one of the best smiles in the world.
I love that.
She really does.
So sweet.
So I'm excited to see her smile again.
Yeah. So if you want to follow along, you can follow for updates on Allyson Felix's website. It's moreinus.com.
Cool. I'm looking at it right now. Looks cool.
Yeah. All right, so moving over to the PWHL.
As a reminder, we are talking about the semifinals in the PWHL. These are both best of 5 series. I'm so comfortable on this couch. I'm like, I think I could just fall asleep. Scout's falling asleep.
Couch.
It is the big comfy couch. I'm just so happy we're down here. Okay, so let's talk about Minnesota versus Montreal. As a reminder, Montreal chose Minnesota in this. They are the number 1 seed. They chose Minnesota. We're only going to talk about game 1 in this series, which Montreal lost to Minnesota 5-4 in overtime. Minnesota went up 2-0 in the first period with goals from Katie Knoll and Kendall Coyne-Schofield, but Montreal responded in the second period with goals from Cheyenne Darkangelo and Laura Stacey. Laura Stacey for Montreal, who is married to Marie-Philippe Poulin, who plays on the same team. But we're talking about Laura Stacey. She had the PWHL's first ever postseason hat trick, tying the game 3 different times, once in the second period and twice in the third, with both third period goals coming on the power play.
Wow. Hats off to her, if I must say.
Hats off for the hat trick, and they still lost. Because every time she scored, Minnesota answered. So Grace Zumwinkle and Sydney Morin each scored less than 1 minute after Laura Stacey's first 2 equalizers.
Reminds me of the Denver Summit this weekend, losing to Boston. But continue. I'm still
it wasn't within 1 minute.
Felt like that.
Someone had to give the Boston Legacy their first win, and we decided that it was going to be the Denver Summit.
Off track. Keep going. I'm just still salty.
We're not even talking about this game in this episode. We've lost it. We are in the les, and we've lost it completely.
There's no rules down here.
There are no rules. Okay, back to this game. So then, in overtime, Jinsey Rose, not Gypsy Rose. Do you know who Gypsy Rose is?
Not a clue.
Okay. This is really going off the rails. So Gypsy Rose's mom had this condition where you make up things about your kid and you pretend they're sick.
It's a condition?
Yeah, what's it called? Her mom had the condition of Munchausen, so she faked that her daughter was terminally ill and then gave her all of this unnecessary medical treatment, like feeding tubes craziness.
Yikes.
But then Gypsy Rose killed her mom with her boyfriend to get out of it. Yeah, it's a crazy story.
Oh my God, why are we talking about this?
Okay, because of Jinsey Rose, not to be confused, because Jinsey Rose was Minnesota's overtime hero with her first ever goal for the Frost, coming 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the extra time. I wonder how many times she gets confused. That's not a good confusion.
It's not.
And to put this win into perspective, this was the Frost's first win against Montreal after losing their previous 6 meetups. So every time they played each other this year, which I believe was 4 times in the regular season. And this dates back to March 2025. So all the way back to last season. And Minnesota finally beat them. We're not covering Tuesday night's game, but we'll see what happens in this series.
Yeah. It's best of 5, so anything could happen. We still got time. On the other side of the semifinals, we have Boston Fleet versus the Ottawa Charge. And right now they are tied 1-1 in the series. The Fleet won the first game 2-1, and then the Charge won the second game 3-1. So these games have been low scoring and very physical. A fun fact is every Ottawa playoff series in franchise history has been 1-1 after 2 games.
Okay, we're only in our third year of the PWHL, but I love a fun stat.
Still, yeah, 3 for 3 on that one. Gonna dive into game 2 here. So the main storyline for game 2 is definitely the goaltending. We have the Ottawa Charge goalie, Gwyneth Phillips, who was absolutely unreal in this game. 30 saves. 30-3-0.
I don't know how many saves is good in hockey.
Carolyn, 30 saves. Could you imagine the puck coming at you that many times?
No.
And you saving it? 30 saves. And she had 14 of those saves in the first period alone. So it wasn't for lack of Boston's shots on goal, but Gwyneth was on fire from the goal line, and she just really held the line in this game. So Boston outshot Ottawa again. So for the second straight game, they outshot Ottawa, but obviously Ottawa was able to capitalize and Boston couldn't because Ottawa won the second game. A few key moments from the game. Oh boy.
I see these names coming up and I am just looking at you to give me some good pronunciation.
Oh, I really practiced this. Ronya
I believe it would be Rania.
Oh, yeah. Rania Savalina opens the scoring and scored her first career goal in her 10th postseason game.
I don't know if that's right.
Again, if you're new to this podcast, I really try. I struggle with names. It's really difficult for me. I'm not going to pretend I'm good at it.
But you do have the pronunciation here, and I'm seeing Savalainen.
And I think I'm dyslexic.
Savalainen.
Okay.
Rania Savalainen. Let's try to do her some due diligence, but it's not for Danielle's lack of trying.
Yes. Maybe you should say the next name.
No. You're doing great. So Rania Savalainen scored first. Oh, good. This one's good too.
We're not making fun of these names, Carolyn. Fanuza Kadir.
Why does your mouth do that?
Because I'm scared. Fanuza Kadirova had the game winner. This was also her first playoff goal and her second game-winning goal in the last 3 games. So you can say she's becoming a clutch player at this end of the season here.
Yeah, I love it.
And then you have Megan Keller-Ford, who scored Boston's only goal in the game with 10 seconds left in the second period. Ottawa's goaltending and defense has really been tightening up. Ottawa has only allowed 1 or fewer goals in the last 5 of their 6 games, which is awesome. And at this point, I would say Boston's biggest concern is finishing. And they've been held to 1 goal twice at home, both versus Ottawa. So
it's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
And they didn't choose this matchup. This is the 2 versus the 4.
Yes. So for game 3, which is played on Friday, they will play at Ottawa, and the pressure flips to Boston now. With it being 1-1, Boston will be away. Overall, Boston is controlling play, but Ottawa is controlling the scoreboard. And right now, that is the difference in this series.
We shall see what happens in the PWHL playoffs.
Yes. So that is our highlights for this week. Before we get into our deep dive, we are going to kick us off with some Women's Sports Weekly updates, starting with Run Club.
A pup date, because we have our pup here.
We have Run Club this Thursday and every Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time here in Denver at the 99er Sports Bar. If you listen to this podcast each week, we share a secret word. If you share the secret word with the bartenders, you can get 50% off your first draft. The secret word this week is Golden Tempo.
Why is it Golden Tempo? You'll find out soon. Don't you worry.
You're so annoying.
Okay, we need to ask you to please rate and subscribe to our podcast. We love to put this podcast together. We want to continue to do it. We've created a whole basement to do it in. We create, produce, and edit the podcast ourselves. So if you want to support us, rate, subscribe, give us a positive review, and share this podcast with people you love. Thank you to everyone who has rated the podcast so far. If you send us a screenshot of your 5-star rating, we will send you a Women's Sports Weekly sticker for free in the mail. Let's get into our deep dive,
which is the Kentucky Derby. Who would have thought we would be talking about this? I surely did not think so.
Well, obviously, because you don't know what Golden Tempo means.
My family was like, are you going to watch the Kentucky Derby? I was like, didn't even know that was happening today. That was on Saturday. And I was like, oh, that's why I saw people walking around in groups and they were dressed up and I didn't really realize it. And then you and I went for a walk and we saw more people, more parties. And then after the Kentucky Derby, my family and your mom texted us saying we have to talk about it.
Yep.
And this is why we're diving in.
The Kentucky Derby is now a women's sport.
Woo! Go women.
I just love that you have no idea what's about to come forward.
I've been paying attention a little bit with the Kentucky Derby. I saw some highlights.
Okay, good. And I saw the race and it was incredible. So Cherie DeVaux became the first woman to train a Kentucky Derby winner when Golden Tempo, that's the name of the horse,
Go Golden,
won the Kentucky Derby from behind. He is a 3-year-old horse ridden by jockey Jose Ortiz.
We'll forgive the horse for being a male.
Yeah.
Because the women
and the jockey
was the trainer.
Yes.
We'll forgive them. I know what a jockey does. I know what the horse does. I don't know what the trainer necessarily does. So can you explain?
I had to look this up, but yes, I can explain. So the trainer is in charge of the horse's care, which includes stabling, feeding them, vet care, and strategy. So deciding when and how to work out and hiring a jockey. They pick when and where and what surface and what distance the horse works out on and how much distance the horse races. So they're the strategy behind the whole thing. And so Cherie DeVaux is the first trainer to train a Kentucky Derby winner.
So is it her horse?
She does not own the horse. Really rich people own the horse.
And then they hire the trainer.
Yes.
And then the trainer picks the jockey.
It sounds like it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a very interesting sport. This is a very rich person sport.
Hence why I don't watch.
Hence why we're not up on it. But it is very cool. So the odds of Golden Tempo winning were 23-1.
Wait, against Golden Tempo?
Against Golden Tempo.
Why were the odds against him?
I don't know. I guess there were other horses that were better looking. I have no idea. But he started all the way in the back and then he just at the very end made a run for it.
Wow.
And the jockey beat his brother. His brother was on a different horse and was about to win. And his brother, Jose Ortiz, just went past on Golden Tempo. The jockeys are also so tiny.
Yeah.
They're such tiny little men. Cherie DeVaux was the 18th woman to saddle a horse in the Derby. So the 18th woman to try in its 152-year history of the Kentucky Derby and the first woman to win it.
We love to hear that. Go gals.
Go gals. If you had a Kentucky Derby horse, what would you name it?
Ooh, I'm looking at Scout here, so it's hard to not. Probably Scout.
Scout
2.0.
But they usually have cute names. Good Girl Scout would be a good one. Like a Girl Scout. Good Girl Scout.
What would you name your horse?
I thought about this before.
I didn't think about it, so maybe I'll come up with something.
Hey Girl Hey. Hay. Girl Hey.
Cute.
I'm assuming that my horse would be a female.
Duh.
My other idea, Meryl, like a mare, Meryl Streep.
Okay, I thought you were going Meryl Streep, but Meryl. Okay.
Because a mare is a female horse.
Got it. I didn't know that.
Yep, those are my names.
Love.
But you won't see us at any horse races. I don't like how we treat the horses.
I know. It is sad.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of horses on our run over the weekend. That was cute.
We did. And I just don't like that they're very disposable. And then when they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, then they just get killed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that at all. I didn't know that.
I know. It's not. It's not the nicest. And they say it's because the horse is in pain. It broke its leg, whatever. And it's like, can we send it to a nice horse farm somewhere and have it be rehabbed? Like, why are we doing this?
That's horrible.
But anyway, Back to the Kentucky Derby. I have another question for you. Were you ever a horse girl?
I don't know. I feel like I've heard that term before, but I think it was mean.
You've heard it used in a mean way.
I think so. What is it?
The definition of a horse girl, this is from the internet. A person, typically a young girl or woman, known for intense passion for horses, often accompanied by specialized knowledge, a devoted, sometimes shy demeanor, and a disregard for mainstream social trends.
So are you calling me a horse girl?
Are you a horse girl?
I don't have an insane passion for horses, but I don't keep up on the trends.
So when I was reading it online, it was like, if you have a horse and you're a girl, you're not necessarily a horse girl.
Okay.
You don't have to be an owner of a horse in order to be a horse girl. There are many horse girls who are not owners of horses. And also, you could be an owner of a horse and not considered a horse girl because you're not so intense on it. Someone on the internet made the comparison. A guy can own a sword and he's not a sword guy, but you know a sword guy. Oh, that guy's a big sword guy.
Sure.
Does that make sense? Someone who's really into something.
Yeah. I gotcha.
When I think horse girl, I think of hobby horsing. Do you know what that is?
No.
So you've probably seen it. It's where usually young girls perform equestrian style movements such as show jumping and dressage, but they're doing it on a handmade toy horse on a stick. Have you seen that?
Oh, no. And I don't want to, if we're being honest.
It's really something. I mean, they're really talented.
No, I have no interest.
I could never do what they do on it, but like when people say horse girl, that's what I picture.
Wow, okay. Good for them.
I'm looking at the camera. If you are a horse girl, you need to write into the Les. We need to know all about it. What makes you a horse girl? What makes a horse girl a horse girl? Do you also hobby horse for fun? Please tell us.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's our coverage of the Kentucky Derby.
That is. And that kind of wraps up what we're talking about this week. But what are you looking forward to this week, Car?
The PWHL playoffs continue this week. Game 3 of the semifinals between the Montreal Victoire and the Minnesota Frost will be this Thursday, May 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. What do you have, Danielle?
I'm looking forward to the start of the WNBA. Now, there has been preseason games that for the past week or so, but the official start begins Friday, May 8th. I'm looking forward to the Washington Mystics versus the Toronto Tempo at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube TV.
Who's winning it?
Ooh, got to go with Tempo for Mabry.
First game, first win of the season. We'll see what happens.
We shall see. That is it for this week. We will see you next week on Women's Sports Weekly. In the meantime, watch women's sports and share the podcast with your friends. Rate and subscribe to the pod on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Thanks for joining us.